Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in, and in this video we're going to continue talking about dogs and owning a dog and the responsibilities that comes with it. And the inspiration for this video was basically a quote that I saw on the back of a card that says dogs are not just a present for Christmas or birthday, they are a 15-year to 16-year responsibilities. And I was kind of shocked because that was exactly something that I didn't know or didn't anticipate going through owning a dog or basically purchasing a dog. So I think it's very important for those of us who are planning to get a dog to kind of consider those factors. That's why I put together this video. Now, without further ado, let's get into them. However, let's talk about the previous video that I put together for basically the cost of owning a dog, which is available on my channel. I will put the link in the description, so please don't miss out on that. I basically talk about all the economical side of it and basically money that you have to spend when you owning a dog, from basic matters like crate prices, leash prices, as well as like those things that are occurring monthly, which includes basically the food, the insurance, or all these other stuff. So if you haven't watched that video, you should probably go and watch that video first and then come back and see this video, which will talk about all the responsibilities that goes with it, because again, there's a lot more into it that a lot of people do not anticipate before purchasing a dog or getting into this world of owning a dog. All right, and some of them can be costly, some of them can really enervate you, meaning take out your energy or use your energy. And then another one is that it can really require you to plan and kind of be ahead of yourself when you own a dog. All right, so we're trying to go to different categories, but basically these will be the three main factors that I bring up going into each category to kind of showcase to you all these extra things that comes with it, and if you are ready to invest that energy, that time, or that extra money. All right, so let's talk about the very first factor, which spoiler alert, it also is related to the second factor. They're very close, and it's nothing but the living situation. All right, so when it comes to owning a dog, and we're not really going into detail, I'm trying to have another episode put together that I'm kind of going into every one of these categories more into detail. But on the surface, when it comes to the living situationship that you guys have, it can limit you from the places that you're trying to live if you're aiming for, or purchasing or owning or renting an apartment right next to your family or right next to your workplace. But then that apartment or that community has restrictions on you as a dog owner that can really hurt you. What do I mean by that? There are certain communities that kind of exclude certain breeds of dogs that you as an owner can have. All right, so that can put you at a disadvantage. Now you have to be further from your family, from your workplace, and that means you have to spend extra money commuting to work or commuting to your family just because you want to see them, right? And on top of the breed, these apartment complexes can be very, very strict when it comes to certain matters, like if your dog is barking too much, if the neighbor is not happy with you or with your dog when they see them because it's a larger dog. And all these little things can add up that brings you headache. What I mean is that, for example, I remember my dog was one night barking a lot because we're trying to go to a wedding, and we were planning basically how we will leave, so she's not really bothered with it. Still, my dad was in the house, but when I and my brother leave the house, she pretty much feels like nobody's in the house and starts barking sometimes. And that got the neighbor's attention, and what they did is that they called the security. So we received the notice, we received the fine, and this whole thing now is part of our record, and anything else that happens, they're immediately go like, oh, that apartment or those residents have this negative things in their record, so they can potentially be responsible for this other stuff that is happening. You know what I mean? That reputation that comes with it. So that's an extra headache. That's extra money that you have to spend. That's extra things that you have to be responsible and kind of look out for because of all these restrictions that comes with it of the place that you're trying to live. And let's talk about the economical perspective of it. Not only the fines will cost you, but also in majority of places they ask for extra money when it comes to the deposits or that down payment. And then in addition, when it comes to uh, you trying to do anything, like for example we have here a vac center which allows you to kind of wash your dog, they will charge you extra. So these are all extra money, extra time, and extra energy that you have to invest when you're going into owning a dog and bringing it into your house. Now, the same concept applies to you trying to travel. Owning a dog can limit you. Why? Because, again, not every hotel are so dog friendly or pet friendly that will just allow you to bring your dog in or have your dog. And then, if they are, they often are asking you for extra money. So, again, you have to do a lot more research, meaning you have to invest a lot more energy. And on top of that, the money, and if something happens, god forbid, they're trying to go all out, sometimes even charging you double the price in order to kind of show you that hey, you are at their mercy. And in majority of cases customers can't really do much, you just have to pay the price. So those are the factors that kind of can limit your situationship, living situationship, I should say, and also can bring limitations or extra expenses for you. So those will be something to consider. We personally have been affected by this factor a little bit. Again, not only because of the incident that happened, but also when it comes to traveling, we are kind of second guessing everything and kind of a little bit laid back because now we have a dog. The cost of hotels will be more expensive, as I mentioned, and sometimes we just don't want to pay it. And then B, it's like, okay, so now you have to hire somebody who watches your dog, and are those people trustworthy? Because they might be nice to your dog for 1 day or 2 days, but how about a week that you're not here? All right, so how much you can trust them, and that's again extra expense that comes with it, and extra planning and energy that you have to invest. All right, so we talked about the damages, we talked about the extra payments that you have to pay when it comes to the hotels, when it comes to the apartments. Now let's talk about like these simple matters, like you going out trying to purchase something when you own a dog. Let's say you're a single person living in a house by yourself or in an apartment by yourself, and you're trying to go out and purchase something and you want to take your dog out with you too. There are certain stores that they just like do not accept you to have your pet with you. Now, what you have to do, that's extra planning that you have to take care of ahead of time. Basically, plan everything out and what are you going to do with your dog. So, if you're leaving it in your car and you're running into the store because it's going to be 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and you're going to be back quickly, what if the line is longer? What if something goes wrong? What if the internet cuts out? All of those factors can happen. Now your dog is alone by itself in a car, and God forbid you have a Karen that is walking around, see the dog by itself, is standing there for 2 minutes. Oh, you're not showing up. They call the fire department. They come, they break into your car in order to free the dog. Now, what happened is that not only you had to plan ahead, in order to basically have the stress that oh, this store doesn't let me to have a dog in there, so I have to just like be so quickly, so you're at the stress at all time. But also now you come back, this whole incident is going to cost you money because you have to fix your car. This whole incident is going to bring you an extra headache because they're probably going to get involved in animal control, and now you have to prove to them that you are a good owner, you're a responsible owner, that was only the one time that this thing happened. All right, and then all of these things will kind of get you laid back or kind of get you set back from going to do certain stuff, as little as shopping. And it can really make you stress in certain scenarios, or make you want to spend more money and use all these extra services that, for example, another people are shopping for you, which again is an extra headache, is an extra expense. Are you going to pay for it? Are you not going to pay for it? What is your second plan? Are you going to ask your mom? Are you going to ask your friend to watch your dog? If they're doing it for you, they're doing you a favor, or how are you going to return this favor? So these are, the three things that you kind of have to look after. And this video is getting a little bit longer, so I want to keep it under 12 minutes because this is the recommendation from pretty much all the YouTubers. So I would appreciate if you guys like, share, and subscribe to our channel and this video. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put together another video talking about other factors such as the food. Like, okay, if you have a food but your dog doesn't have a food and it's 8 p.m. when you got back from work, are you gonna really take that responsibility to go to the store, to the right store, for a good price that they offer the food, and purchase the food? Are you gonna purchase the food ahead of time, set it aside, and something happens to it that is not usable now, so you just wasted your money? All these extra things that is in the game, but a lot of people do not pay attention to it. Alright, so please, again, watch out for the next video, and I will try to be as detailed as I can with my personal stories with regards to every matter that I'm going to mention. I hope you like this video. Thank you again for your time, and hope you enjoy your day. Until next video, peace.